Hey there, it's Tammy with It's All About the Dogs.
Noelle with Positive Directions Canine Academy.
Well, and we were talking about letting your dog make mistakes, right? So this video is called The Benefits.
The benefits of letting your dog make a mistake. That sounds like an oxymoron, but it's really true.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so a mistake is where you give a command to the dog and the dog doesn't respond the way that you hoped that they would or thought that you trained them to. For example, maybe you're at PetSmart and you tell your dog to sit and your dog doesn't do it. Right?
All the time.
All
Not
the time.
necessarily PetSmart, but yeah.
Yeah. So you tell your dog sit and the dog looks at you either like,
What is this sit that you speak of?
exactly, or why are you throwing that new word on me now? Yeah. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that dogs are situational learners. What that means is you can't train a dog at home and expect the learning to transfer everywhere that you go. You have to take the dog out with you and you have to practice in multiple locations before the dog has this light bulb moment of, aha, that's required everywhere. And
Which is why we do our Sunday outing things.
yes.
So that we're in a different situation and
Yeah, I think it's so important to get your dogs out and about. So what is a mistake? Let's say that you're teaching your dog to carry something in their mouth or retrieve something and they consistently keep dropping it. What that's telling you is that the dog doesn't fully understand what the exercise is and that there's a breakdown in communication somewhere.
Right.
And so the best place to start is as soon as the mistake is made. Maybe your dog goes straight out to the ball and then they look at it and then they move away. That's where the mistake happened, okay? So we need to figure out how to make that less of a mistake each time the dog does it. So maybe tossing the ball a little less far away from you,
Right.
and bringing out another ball so that the ball then becomes the center of the game
I do that all the time with her.
rather than the center of the game being, I want you to bring the ball back to me. So we make the ball really important by having multiple balls. So we toss a ball not very far, the dog goes over and looks at it, praise them. If they pick it up, more praise. If they drop it, don't worry about it, say nothing. Toss the ball the other direction. They go over, they sniff the ball, they pick it up, maybe they start bringing it a couple steps back to you, praise them, they drop it, boom, throw another ball. What happens is your dog starts to realize that the center of the game is the ball, and that's what's important to this silly human over here, not the fact that we're out running around the yard having a great time together.
Well, and the only mistake is in our mind.
Right.
The mistake, the dog, they don't think in those terms. If you watch our other video, we talk about how dogs communicate. They don't think in terms of, I'm doing this wrong, or, ooh, I did this wrong.
Right.
They don't, that's not in their wheelhouse to compute that. It's us that put the mistake on, oh, that was a mistake.
Right. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
And the best way to shut a dog down during the learning process is to say the N word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you say no, then your dog's going to go, oh, I was bad. And they're not bad. They just guessed wrong, or they don't quite understand exactly what the rules of the game are yet.
Right.
So,
Well, and certain breeds tend to shut down quicker than others. Like setters, I have setters and they're very soft temperament.
Very sensitive.
And they're sensitive, and if you start rough training with them, then they get, and I my bad, because I will do that sometimes, not thinking about it, you know, and, oh, no, don't do that. And they all go, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, the sky is falling. And once the sky has fallen, it's really hard to get the dog to come back out and play where the sky fell.
Right. But, well, and whereas my border collie, she doesn't care. I could yell that at her and she'll go, whatever.
Yep.
Just flip me off or something.
Yep.
You know, but you know, it's you gotta keep that in mind.
Exactly. You can train the most stubborn dog to do what you want them to do by making the training sessions fun.
Yeah.
Thinking about what the focus is and stopping the second that the mistake happens and trying to figure out what exactly is the mistake. Like you're standing in line at PetSmart and you tell your dog sit and your dog stands there. Where's the breakdown? The dog is thinking that sit only happens at home. right?
Yep.
Or maybe they're so distracted by the new surrounding sniffs, smells, and people and dogs.
Treats and
Exactly, that their brain is just like
overload. Yeah.
overload, and the message is there, but it's just not penetrating.
Mm-hmm.
So best thing to do is to just help your dog by following through and showing them how to be correct. So if you've got a treat on you, take a treat and just lure the dog into a sit. I've got a couple other techniques that I've used in the past that worked fantastic if you don't have treats with you. Just reach down, grab a hold of your puppy's collar, and just gently pull up towards the sky and then back a little bit, and your dog will sit.
Yeah.
So
if you watch our video on teaching your dog to sit, we go through all those, those scenarios. But like Noelle said, taking them in different places, and when in some of your early classes, the manners classes and the younger beginning classes, you even teach about sitting them on different surfaces.
Yes.
Because sitting on carpet is different than sitting on concrete, than sitting on grass. And so taking them in a variety of places to make them successful.
Yes.
Walk down to the park, walk across the street, make them sit on the neighbor's grass, if your neighbor's okay with that.
Yeah.
But you know, stuff like that. Do different types of textures, right?
Oh, exactly. And you can be like, okay, today is the day that we work on sitting on textures. So as I'm going through my walk, I'm looking at surfaces, and you can play really fun game with your dog. As soon as you see a new surface, oh, let's go! And you race over to it and you have them sit.
Yeah.
The dog's going to be really excited about sitting on new surfaces as opposed to marching them over there and going, sit!
That never works out well.
Never works out well. Your dog may do it, but they're not doing it because they love it, and they're only doing it because they're worried that they're not making you happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, I like a dog who loves to work, who's joyous in the work. And it's gotten me in trouble in the past because I give my dogs the ability or the freedom to make choices. But it's
but when you do that, it makes them think.
It does.
It gets their little wheelhouse in their brain running.
It does. It really does. And a dog who thinks can solve problems, and they're quick on their feet.
Yes.
And that's what I like. Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too.
So we kind of segued into that, but mistakes are a beautiful thing. So when you see your dog struggling with a concept, stop, think about where the struggle started, and begin from there to work through it.
Right. And keep in mind that the benefit is the mistake is only in your mind.
In your mind, and not in the dog's mind.
Not in the dog's mind.
The dog has no clue that they made a mistake. They're just trying to make you happy, and they guessed wrong, maybe.
Right.
Yep.
So stay tuned. Like.
Yes.
The
Subscribe.
video, subscribe
share.
to our channel.
Yep.
Absolutely share.
Turn on the notifications so you get updates when we.
Yay!
Yeah.
And we're gonna make a video about recall here.
Yes.
Shortly. So stay tuned for that.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Have
good.
a good day.
Thank you, guys.